wasn't muted then, was I? Oops. Taff.
Hiya.
No, shush. Bad by the entrance. Don't come round. I'm being door camped. How did they open the door? Did the time just run out?
Door's open.
Don't forget the anti-brain freeze technique. Oh yeah, this.
Oh my gilly goodness.
When's it gonna freeze? Oh, when's it gonna freeze? Is it gonna freeze? When are we gonna get a freeze now? I didn't reload. Let's do it through the trees, guys. Am I a deadly assassin?
Oh my gilly goodness.
Am I a deadly assassin? Halloween's over, punks.
What is that?
Look.
A nerd pole.
The nerd pole.
What is
We've
this?
been here
Where are
before.
we?
This glass.
We've
It must
been
be
here.
Cudder.
That must have been you.
I wouldn't have wasted glass for this.
Wasted.
Is it near water? Is it near like an inlet?
I can
That
see
could've been
little
on
bits
my-
where
Yeah, we've been here before.
Yeah.
There's a
I think we might
door.
have travelled here.
There's an underground door.
Oh my god.
What's
is
this?
Oh,
What?
What's this?
Whose is this?
why? That's not
Does
ours.
this count?
It's full of eggs.
Eggs.
Who did this?
There's so many eggs.
What is going on?
Oh god, that's gonna freeze. Is it gonna freeze? When's the camera gonna freeze? Freeze.
Yeah.
Can you hear me again?
Yeah, I think like it's like the type of horror game where you just like lose track of each other and use
So you can hear me?
I thought we were using controllers. I'd said to get a controller.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
You can't hear me, can you?
have a-
using controllers.
I'm not
should we
holding
lower
it
the
now, are you?
difficulty level?
Can you hear me?
I think we're yes.
Yes.
All I can bloody hear is you.
This is good. This is what I needed.
I'm ready to freeze.
Oh my
Freeze.
gilly goodness.
Freeze! I've got this.
You can do this.
Hold on, what is it again?
Oh.
Okay.
Move.
Oh my
There you
gilly
go.
goodness.
Don't unlock it now. We need to. Oh.
Cudder.
Oh my gilly goodness.
I did hit it with my torch, which smashed.
Everything went wrong there. That was amazing. What a team. We're going to do some comic stuff in a minute.
Oh my gilly goodness.
Okay. Already lubed up.
Oh
what the
my
fuck is
gilly
this?
goodness.
I've been on a gap year and I've come back. I'm coming back to visit everyone.
Oh my gilly goodness.
You've got this. Come on, Ad. You can remember how to stream. Come on! Eek!
I said wave after wave
wow.
of my own men at them.
How did you time that so well? How did you time that so well? I'm glad you're back.
Best friends.
I was about to say back. That was incredible timing, Matt. Hello, everybody. Welcome for the follows. Welcome for the follows. I haven't streamed for 2 weeks. Welcome for the follows. Wow. Thank you. Look at everybody saying all the same thing.
Goodness.
What a coincidence. Thank you, everybody. Hello. You're in sync. Hello, everybody. Wow.
Best friends.
Thank you for the follows. Jube, Mash, Blinky. Big names from the Mac community. I'm very proud and happy to have you guys following me. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mac, for the raid. Hello, everybody. Welcome along. Wow. Loads of stuff has happened. I've got loads of people who've resubbed. I've been off for 2 weeks. Thank you, Mac. I appreciate it. You did an early stream on the bank holiday, and it looks like you timed it especially to raid me, and that is very kind and very nice. I hope you had a good time. I had your stream open whilst I was setting up. Didn't say hello, but I was setting up.
Please accept this sexy gift.
Thank you for the sexy gift. Who's giving me a sexy gift? Thank you, Willow. 300 bits. Thank you. That's really lovely of you. Thank you. Everybody, thank you very much for coming back to here and being here. I had 2 weeks off, and it did cross my mind, like, will anybody bother watching anymore? I know that's stupid, but can't help but think those things occasionally. But hello, everyone. Thank you very much, Sheep and Fluffy and Frosty and Mary, everybody who was here early in the chat, ready to go, waiting. Hello, Hereford. Hello, Willow. Hello, Weezier. Hello, Caravor. Hello, Tinker Taylor. Hello, High with Sky. Hello, High with Sky's mum. Hello, High with Sky's mum, if you're still watching. Sparkle Muffin. Nearly struggled to say your name then. Sparkle Muffin, thank you very much for the resub. Woodfunk Music, how you doing? Hello, Caravor. Said hello to you again. Then 4 subs in a row, back to back. OBX, Frosty, Free Coli, Toby Zaru.
Please accept this sexy gift.
Tobizaru. Toby Zaru. Thank you very much for the assortment of different lengths that you have provided me via subscriptions. Tinker Taylor, thank you also for the sub, for the resub. Thank you. Hereford, I also have a hankering for Rust. I've got a big hankering for Rust, but it doesn't look like anybody's going to make a server. I know there are P2P servers, but it doesn't look like anyone's going to make the kind of server I want to play on. Hello, Llama. Nice to see you. Hello, Fluffy. I've already said hello to Fluffy. Hello, Cherry. Hello, John Outfield Art. There's loads of people now. Thank you to all the raiders. Slothy, how you doing? Something Snappy. Squeak. Pezabeth. Wells, thank you very much for the resub as well. Ashrand, how you doing? Nice to see you. Lois Bitter, how are you? I've missed you too, Willow. Polly. Div, nice to see you. Thank you for the welcome back. Sam of the Dogs, nice to see you too. Thank you. You've been here for 2 weeks waiting, have you, Sheep? We've got a question. I'm not even going to read it. I'm not even going to check it. We're going straight to the AMA. ono.jpg. Thanks very much. Welcome along to my AMA. Can you ever imagine a situation where you meet someone at an airport and marry them 4 weeks later? I can't. What, for me or for? I can't imagine that for me. But never say never. Is that what you were just watching? Is that what just happened on Max? I mean, I was watching, but I wasn't properly listening. Yes. Hello, Slothy. Hello, Biscuit Maker Heather. How are you? Nice to see you too. VT. Look at all these lovely names. I've missed everybody. Oh, Mac has added the Rust server command. Well, that only works if one of the mods can be bothered to add that command. I'll try and remember to add it at some point if none of them want to. Hello, BP. Not that long since you were here, so I haven't missed you that much. BP, 2 weeks is a long time on Twitch. 2 weeks is an awful long time. I find it feels like forever. I've been through so much in this 2 weeks. Honestly, we as a family have been through a lot. We worked out today that for the entire month of May, at least 2 of us have been ill at all times. For the whole of May. It's been shit in that sense. But we've had loads of good times as well. Thank you, Llama. Time is weird. It will always be 2 weeks. That's a good idea. Thank you, Llama. Hello, Emily. So hello, everyone. Thank you very much for being here. I need to mute and blow my nose. So bear with me. Stick around. That's nice. That's a new Rust server coming in 2 weeks. So shit, there's loads to talk about. There's loads to discuss. Basically, I think if I hadn't taken 2 weeks off, then I might have skipped tonight's stream because I'm feeling pretty ropey after the walk on Sunday. And then have had a little bit of a low-level cold for like the whole month. And then it kicked into action yesterday. After I finished the walk, after like the big month of stuff came to an end, I started feeling ropey. But this isn't a poor me. I'm absolutely fine. I'm literally just sitting here chatting. But I thought I'm not going to bother trying to play any games or anything. I'm not going to set up any co-op with anybody. I'm not going to try and play a game with Llama or something and then not actually pay attention because I'm not feeling my best. Instead, we can talk about loads of stuff that's happened. We can have a catch up. You can tell me cool stuff that's been happening with you. I've been lurking in some streams. I was there fully for Friday for Fall Guys and Pip stream. On Pip stream on Friday. I've been lurking in a few other streams here and there, but I've mostly tried to take a proper break. I tried to sort of scale back my interactions on Discord. I've tried to sort of not watch as much Twitch, and obviously I haven't been streaming. I've just noticed I've got 1,400 followers now. And thank you very much for the hype train, everybody. Thank you for the bits and the 7 sub gifts. 7 sub gifts. What does that mean? Just 7. That means 7 subs, right? 7 subs and 400 bits. Level 2 hype train. Level 3 hype train even. But yeah, I've got 1,400 followers now. Thank you very much. I can already feel my throat going. Hold on. Do you remember the last stream when I was coughing? 2 weeks later. We've all been checked out and we're going to be fine. Since we last spoke, I've been on antibiotics. Hannah's been on antibiotics. I've taken Alex to the hospital, or Alex has had to go to the hospital for an illness. Hannah's had to go to hospital for an illness. We've been through the ringer, but we're all on the mend, and it's all going to be fine. And none of it is serious, but it's just really shit that the month of May we've had so much illness when we've had all this good stuff going on. And actually, doing a lot of this good stuff has probably prolonged and made us iller, but we couldn't not do it. On Friday night before the big walk, I went to bed at 9:30 feeling really shit. And I was like, I might have to pull out. And then I was like, I can't pull out. All I've got is a cold. Imagine not doing a big charity walk for Calm where we've raised loads of fucking money just because I've got a cold. Didn't get much good sleep. Woke up, felt fine, actually. And, well, yeah, just got through it, but we'll talk about that in a bit. Funkle Albert got through it. Funkle Albert's the real hero here. You're back to normal. Yeah. That's the thing with walking. It's not actually that bad, I think. If we'd done the run, if we'd run a marathon, we'd be feeling it for weeks, I imagine. Yeah, I think there's a lot of that now. I know a lot of like low level illness at this time of year, or coming out of the winter into the spring. That sucks, Squeak. Yeah, I did think that, Mary. I just thought I'd be really sad if I hadn't done the walk. And here's, like, the thing is, I was like, whatever challenge, this is cheesy, cheese alert. But whatever challenge I'm taking on by doing a big walk with a cold, it is nowhere near as challenging as what Tom went through and what anybody who needs to use Calm as a service goes through. Doing a big walk with a cold is barely a challenge. We've got some info on Calm right here. But yeah, so that was the past weekend. We did a big charity walk. Got a medal. Says London to Brighton. We didn't actually do the whole of London to Brighton, but don't worry about that. But anyway, I'll show you that in a bit. But I thought we would talk a bit. Should we do it chronologically about other stuff that's been going on? Because I had such a great time at the Great Escape Festival, and I thought it'd be cool to talk about some of that. Also, I did that with Funkle. Horrible David, how are you doing? How much did we raise? We're at £3,100. In fact, is it in donate? There it is. I'm going to open that now so we can have a look at that later. Thank you to everybody who donated. Fucking loads of you donated. And thank you to everybody who sent positive vibes and nice messages and stuff like that. Loads of you did that as well. Which is equally... well, it's equally good for me. Anyway, let me go back here. The Just Giving page is a bit white, isn't it? There we go. We started from Turner's Hill, BP. So we did the Sussex Marathon, it's called. So it was a marathon length, 26.2 miles. And we walked it. And it took us... we left at like 10:05 in the morning, and we got there at 8:15 at night. We had 3 stops. One like little rest stop for like a cup of tea, a lunch stop, and then another rest stop. But altogether, we stopped for about probably an hour altogether. So yeah, it's the longest I've ever walked for. And I don't think I'll ever walk that far again. We were saying that as we were walking. We're like, do you think we'll ever walk further than this? I was like, even when you do a city break, like sometimes if you go and visit somewhere new, like when I've been to Prague or when I went to New York or whatever, you walk around and you do like 20,000 steps. But you go and sit and have a little coffee or have a drink or you have like a long lunch. You don't just walk solidly. So yeah. Anyway, I'll show you. I'll talk about more about the actually, fuck it. Should we just talk about the walk now? Because it's the most recent thing, and then we can go back. So, hold on. Let me just go to... because I've sent some pictures and stuff over to my computer. My computer? Sorry. Let me find the right photo to start on. Funkle, are you okay with me using your image on the internet? Hello, B. I wondered if at any point you told Funkle you were built different. I should have done. I didn't have any of the temptations. I just want to let you know, at the rest stops. Everything was free. They were giving away loads of free chocolate, free fruit, free crisps. I resisted all temptations. And Funkle just went, fuck it, I'm having a milkshake. Not me. Little callback to the Cutter streams there, if people have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's talk a bit about it. We did. Me and Funkle. I mean, Llama, you know that. Come on, just look at me and Funkle. Llama, you've spent a fair bit of time in our company, not just on Twitch, but in real life. Of course we were the wolf pack. I can't. I'll cough. I'd love to, but I'll cough. Excuse me, everybody. Anyway. Oh no, that was just like a weird camp. I'm not going to do it. This is what we did. So basically, this thing called the London to Brighton Ultra Challenge, we wanted to do a challenge, some sort of fitness challenge. The year after Tom died, my friend, me and a couple of other mates did a Tough Mudder. Sounds like I wasn't in the wolf pack. You're right. Shit, I didn't invest in it. My throat's not 100%. Did that even pick up? I think my neighbours are in their garden.
Oh my gilly goodness.
In a good way. Unironically, that was sick. Oh, wow. Scar, thank you very much for the resub and for the 9 months. Thank you very much. It's really fun and lovely to be here with you, everybody. B, if you're going to be, B Dolan, if you're still here and if you're going to be about for a bit, I'll put some other photos from this Great Escape up, and one of them may be of interest to you. Funkle may have already spoken to you about it. Maybe I shouldn't even mention it. That's good, isn't it? So we wanted to do some sort of thing to raise some money for Calm the year after our friend died. And we did a Tough Mudder. Funkle didn't do that. Didn't even ask Funkle if he wanted to do that, because Funkle doesn't do like loads of that kind of exercise and would have had no interest. This year we thought, let's do something else. And we were looking at it and we were like, could we do something that a few of the other guys could get involved in? Like the people who don't do running or who aren't that fussed about loads of exercise. Maybe they'll go out for a walk from time to time. And we found out about the London to Brighton Ultra Challenge, which is an event where if you want to, you can walk or run from London all the way to Brighton. If you do the walk, then it's overnight. We had a heated exchange in a WhatsApp group for at least 2 days where half of us were like, let's do the whole thing. Let's walk overnight. And half of us were like, no, that's going to be absolutely awful. That llama would have been 100 kilometers. Anyway, I kind of wanted to do it, but I also knew how awful it would be to walk all day and then into the night and then in the morning. And towards the end of our walk on Saturday, me and Funkle and everyone else was saying, thank fuck we're not now walking through the night. There's no way we'd be able to do it. Obviously, maybe we would do more training and stuff like that. But this was plenty. It was still a big old challenge. So we did the Sussex Marathon. Loads of beautiful views. Still 42 kilometres. 26.2 miles. Started at 10 a.m. Finished at 8 p.m. Thank you, Willow. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, we all said during it, towards the end, I don't think I'd ever do this again. But I don't know about you, Funkle, but 2 days later, I'm kind of fine. I probably would. But also, you need to, you can't be asking people to sponsor you every year. So we'll see. See what we do. I'm only going to do it for charity. I'm not just going to do it for pleasure. Some people do it for pleasure. Anyway, so it's the London to Brighton thing, but we did the half challenge, which is 42 kilometres from Turners Hill to Brighton. Got dropped off at Turners Hill. Started at like 10:05. When we first got there was quite a lot of free stuff, which got me excited for lunch. Here we are. This is me. Ad from Twitch. This is Funkle Albert from Twitch. These three you don't really need to worry about. None of you give a fuck about them. I'm not going to tell you anything about them apart from the fact that he's called Tom, he's called Chris, he's called Tom. I know a lot of Toms, or at least I used to know a lot of Toms. This is us walking. TCT, exactly. It was beautiful. It was an absolutely beautiful day for it. We were really lucky. We were worried about the weather because we were like, if it's going to rain at any point, then we're going to have to carry waterproof, spare socks. And those are the only two things in the list. When we started, we were in, obviously everybody started at the same time. So there were quite a few people together when we were walking. But by the end of it, everybody had split up a lot and we were very much on our own. The people who were wearing the Calm t-shirts are the people who did the Tough Mudder. So when we did the Tough Mudder a couple of years ago, we got the Calm t-shirts. These two didn't want to support the charity. No, just didn't have t-shirts from before. Did we sing songs? Did we sing songs, Funkle? You can fill in some extra detail. You can be like the colour commentator. I don't know. There'll be stuff I don't mention because I've forgotten it, even though it was only 2 days ago. Hello, Taff. I hope you had a good time at Comic-Con. This is a house we walked past. A house called Great Saucelands. Lovely house. Good house. Great Saucelands. Great Saucelands? Why is it called Great Saucelands? It looked really nice. It had a really nice pond, like a massive pond. Funkle didn't listen to any music as far as I'm aware. But look at that for a lovely country house, like Midsummer Murders style. Barbecue and mayo as far as the eye could see. Great sign. Great Saucelands. This was a sign. Literally. This was a sign. Funkle quite concerned about the potential of the return of Rust. So concerned he went weak at the knees and he needed an isotonic sports drink. Pictured here. You'd think these were his fingers, and you'd be correct. New Rust server coming in 2 weeks. Other brands are available. Who made this? Unfortunately, we'll never know. If you were looking at that going, that's a nice fence, I'll get them to do my fence. I fucked up with the photo. Do you mind if I do this, Funkle? Okay. This is when I stuck some sticky weed on my friend Tom's back and he didn't notice for ages. And it's just as funny now as it was when I was 10. He was walking and the sticky weed was bouncing off his arm. That bit there was hitting his arm and he didn't notice. Also, you may have noticed that our team name was 6 Foot Nutters. And that is maybe problematic being called Nutters, but it's a very long story that links to something relating to our friend Tom. Somebody called him a 6 Foot Nutter once, and he couldn't be further. He's not even 6 foot. He was like 5'9" or something like that. Anyway, it's a long story, but when we had to enter our team name, one of the other Toms put that, and we didn't realise it was going to get printed out on our fucking things. Hello, John. How you doing? This was us at halfway. This Tom's family came to meet us at halfway, and his daughter drew a little picture of us. Looking pretty decent at halfway. Funkle bought a hoodie, and it was really hot. Funkle was wearing a hoodie, and then he had to carry it for the whole time. And it was like he was wearing a scarf. So Funkle, I think you regretted that. But you had a little, you repacked your bag at lunchtime. It's a strong look, isn't it? Oh, what's this? Another lovely property? Well, they've got some tyres. I'm not sure how lovely it is. Drive looks all right, very green. What's it called? What's this place called? What have you decided to call your house? You could call it anything. You could call it anything. It's your property. What would you like to call it? I'd like to call it Shoulders. I'd like to call it Shoulders. I bet nobody guessed this. Great Saucelands and Shoulders. Anthony Head's house. We did make some head, shoulders, knees and toes jokes. You can imagine how much fun we were having. Pezabeth. Shrug. We were in shock. I'm so pleased I took a photo of it. Here's some cows. The path was here. You can see this bit of grass here was slightly shorter, and I wanted to take the shortest route, and then Funkle said you shouldn't walk directly at cows, and I thought, they'll move. They were quite annoyed. At one point, this one started doing the whole, like, rubbing its hoof on the ground a little bit. I don't know, do they look friendly? These ones are pretty chilled out, but these two were ready to go. This one looks particularly lovely, I think, actually. We gave them a fairly wide berth. Funkle was being sensible. Here is the view as we approached the South Downs. So this was way over halfway now. I wish I'd taken more photos of what we had for lunch and stuff like that, but I didn't. Way over halfway, approaching the biggest challenge, which was walking up and over this. Beautiful day. Here is the rest stop before we did that in some random gym hall. The best thing about this was quite often during the day when we were doing our walk, I was going to say casual, it wasn't casual, we were walking pretty fast, but there were lots of people running it. There were lots of people either doing the marathon, like running the marathon, or they were running from London. And at this point in the afternoon, people who'd started running from London at 10 a.m. had started catching us up and were running past us. And when we just got in here, some guy ran into the sports hall and he was like, "Where's the exit? Where's the exit?" It was really good. It was really good. And we were like, "Whoa, we're just having a couple of Freddos and a cup of tea. Chill." And he shouldn't have run in here at all. And then he ran back out. He was really panicked. But look at this. Look at all this free stuff. This was by far my favourite part of the whole day, I think. Not the friendship, the strengthened friendships. You got free cheese moments. What are the other ones called, Funkle? Loads of free crisps, basically. Free Freddos, free Mr. Tom bars, two different types of free Haribo, Scampi fries, yes. Not cheese moments, sorry, Funkle. You speak the truth about what we were offered. Then, a load of different protein snacks. In fact, I think I've got some of them. These. And then a load of biscuits, Jaffa cakes, Good variety of biscuits, actually. And then down here, watermelon, BP. Loads of different fruit, different types of melon, orange slices. It was really good. Really good. I was quite full from lunch, but I still filled up. I still got myself a load of free stuff. They did cut the watermelon. You weren't just handed a whole watermelon each. It wasn't like Taskmaster. I didn't have to chuck it on the floor and slurp it up. Like Ramesh Ranganathan. But I had a cup of tea here, charged my watch, because my watch was recording the whole walk, and it's 3 years old, so the battery was struggling a bit. So I charged it a bit. We hung out, and then we left. Here we are just before we did the beacon. Beautiful. Here we are when we got up. I mean, this isn't quite the beacon, Ditchling Beacon, but it's close to this, and it was really fucking steep. But lovely views. There's the Amex Stadium as we walked past the Brighton Stadium. For any of you lot that have any interest in this, the Brighton and Hove Stadium is set within the South Downs, and it's been designed to kind of look like it's a part of the rolling hills. And I really like it. It looks really cool. That's where Brighton and Hove Albion play. And there we are at the end. And then we got a free meal at the end. It said a free hot meal. It was awful. But it was also great because we were so hungry. Yeah, base and brace. I think there are a lot of people. Have you, Div? I think there are a lot of people who... well, it's a bit shit. A lot of people who come to watch Brighton play, they get the train down to the train station, and then you think, oh, cool, now I'll walk to the stadium. And you actually have to go around the back and get on a coach to then be driven back out there. No, the burger quality was bad. The bat was okay. The chips were okay. The mayo was chip shop mayo, like white, very white mayo. Probably doesn't have any eggs in it. But we were happy because we did it and we got our medals. We didn't think we were getting medals. Apparently, we thought we were only getting these little neck ruff things. That's what it said, which we did get. And yeah, look, London to Brighton, even though we didn't do London to Brighton. But it does say 42k on here. Ruff. Was it called a ruff or a snood? I think they called it a ruff in the documentation. Mine's in the wash, because I put mine on after, because I was getting quite cold. Because we'd got quite hot and sweaty all day. Maybe it's a buff. What's a ruff? Is a ruff what Shakespeare wore? Ruff versus buff. Not what I was hoping for. A ruff is what Henry VIII wore. Okay. Thank you. Well, if I just type buff, yes, it was one of these. Yeah, it was definitely one of these. And now if I just type ruff, no, it wasn't one of them. If I type ruff, Henry VIII, yeah, it wasn't one of these. Imagine if we got one of them, a little sponsored one of them. Anyway, the buff was pretty good actually at the end when I was cold. We also got a T-shirt which said London to Brighton finisher. We didn't do London to Brighton. But then when I was waiting to get picked up, I was with one of the other Toms, and I was like, with this medal and this T-shirt, it looks like we've just done. We could claim that we've run the London to Brighton, that we've just run 100k. And he was like, yeah, but you've got walking boots on, so I don't think anybody's going to believe you've run that in walking boots. But you never know. Was I on the wrong scene for the whole of that? Did you see the roughs? Yeah. I don't know if I was on the right scene then. Yeah, it was one of these. Sorry. So it was one of these. It wasn't that. And it wasn't that. Do you feel like a fraud having merch you've not earned? Yeah. Yeah. I might get my mum to sew in the accurate details onto the t-shirt. At least with the medal, I've got the right strap, ribbon, lanyard. What would Henry VIII call it? Yeah, because when I did a rough versus buff, just came up with this, rough and buff. Pet groomer in Burton. How to give things a metallic finish. Anyway, this is what we did on the day. This was at 10 o'clock once I'd got home and I was just about to have a shower. By far the most steps I've ever done in my life on one single day. And I was like, is that true? Is there a chance I've ever done any more walking? But no, I've never have I just walked that for that long, solidly. Because like I say, even when you have a day like you go in, like if you go into a city for a day and you walk a load, you're probably going to do 20,000 steps. Or like you might do like, maybe I've done 30,000 steps once, I don't know. But this was just relentless walking. Funkel said that he went to bed and he panicked and he thought he was still walking at one point. And I said to, like, towards the end, it was like, oh, it feels like it's the end now. How long have we got? And it was like, we still got like an hour and a half. And now it's just momentum. My legs just won't stop walking. I don't want to walk anymore, but my legs will not stop walking. It even got to a bit when my watch got to 26.2 miles, which is what we'd committed to do for charity, but we were still like a 15-minute walk away from the end. And I was like, I might just stop and get a taxi. Yeah. Yeah, Div. And also 84 flights climbed because there was a lot of hills. There were a lot of big old hills. This is what we did in Strava. Oh, don't look at that. More activities. But I wanted to look at this because look at those hills. Few hills, quite a big hill, not much hill, and then this was going over the downs. Fucking massive hill. Heart rate got really high about here. We can be Strava pals, Taff. And that's what we did. Empire State Building's 86 flights. What did I do? Fuck. When we finished, one of our other friends, Tom, of course he was called Tom, his watch said 99 flights climbed. And then he was like, this is perfect because the 100th will be the stairs to bed later on. Yeah. Have you made sure to set it to not show maps near your house? Yes, Taff. I have. You've got my address anyway, though, haven't you, Taff? But I know anybody else could find me. So yeah, all of this, which we did in memory of this amazing man here, we got a little bit emotional towards the end. Funkel said something about, you reminded me about a little face that he used to pull when we were younger. And we used to play like catch and stuff like that. And that got me a little bit teary. And then on the final stretch, Funkel played King Biscuit Time song that really reminded me of Tom, and it made us realise what we were all there for. Anyway, do you remember when the target was £1,000? £3,193. Really, really happy and proud. That's going to do a shitload. thank you to everybody who helped. Look at this. I think it will give some stats on what that money will do. £12.20. Help us answer a life-saving call. It was weird because we were like, do you think we've saved some lives doing this? We were like, let's not get over ourselves too much. We may not have, whatever. But what we've definitely done is that we've helped. We've definitely helped. We've definitely helped prolong some lives. We've definitely helped support some people who have suffered bereavement through suicide. Fucking yes. Leg-wise, my calves are a bit sore. My knees are a bit fucked. My left knee on the second half, like the back of my left knee was hurting for the whole second half. And my toes on my left foot is slightly bigger than my right foot. And that was fine in my walking boots for the whole first 15 miles, and then suddenly it's like my feet shrunk my boots shrunk and my feet grew, and suddenly my left foot was pushing on the end of my shoe, and I've got 2 purple toenails, which I'm going to show you now. No, I'm not, but I've got 2 purple toenails, guys. Alama. No blisters. I haven't got any blisters, by the way. I had some really great walking socks. If anybody's going to do a big walk, I could recommend some socks. I didn't have walking socks before. I just used to wear normal ones, so they get quite sore. Mino, thank you. Thank you, Mino. Thank you for the resub. How you doing? But yeah, I didn't have any. Didn't get any blisters. We saw one woman towards the end who was running it, doing the London to Brighton run, and we saw her, and she walked past us, and then about 45 minutes later, a woman, we saw her again, and she walked past us again, and we were like, huh, and she was like, I've done 105k already. I've got lost 3 times. I just want to finish this now.
Oh my gilly
It was
goodness.
so shit. It was so shit for her. And that was about 10k before the end, so she would have done 115k. Yes, Willow, you're going to be doing a big walk. I think they were just like extra padded socks from. I think I got them from. I'll try and I'll have a look. I can't remember what they are now, but when the time comes, I'll let you know. But yeah, it was. I'd say it was fairly easy to get lost. But the main thing was the thing that I enjoyed about it the most was making the money. The second thing I enjoyed, as I alluded to, was all the free stuff. Look at all this I came back with. Every time I went into one of the things, I was grabbing myself a Freddo. These are worth 25p each. I got 25 Freddos or something. And the first rest stop, I was grabbing Freddos, and then people were like, they're going to melt. I was like, no, because in my backpack, I've got the my water bag thing in my backpack is against my back, and that's taking up any heat, and the sun isn't directly on them. I think I'll be okay. None of them melted. I've got a Freddo right here. It's in pristine Freddo frog shape condition. You're only supposed to take what you eat. I thought that, but then I looked at the back. Where's the photo of the rest stop? Freddos, but then at the back they had piled up boxes of Freddos and other stuff. They had so many Freddos. I knew that those staff there were going to go home with a lot of Freddos, and I wasn't having that. I fucking love Freddos. Dairy milk, I'm a big fan of.
Oh
Old formula,
gilly
new
goodness.
formula, whatever. Hello, Rhymenosterus. Thank you very much. Did I leapfrog you on the last day? fucking fantasy football. I fucked up right near the end. Congratulations to BKA. Freddo is probably my favourite form of chocolate though, because I like dairy milk, and it's the perfect amount of chocolate for just a little snack. You can always go back and have another one. But also I like the thickness of it. I don't like a standard bar of dairy milk. The caramel Freddos would be my go-to choice, but they didn't have any, so I just got the standard ones, which used to be 10p, didn't they, when we were kids? Oh, you like a curly whirly, personally? Oof. Curly whirlies can, yeah, you'll have a bite of one and the chocolate sort of flakes off and falls off into your lap. I don't like that. 25p, look, 25p. How much is a Freddo? 25p. Ours are in the fridge. Oh. Curly whirly. All our Freddos are in the fridge. We like to have our chocolate in a fridge. It's a personal choice. You may lose some flavour, but I prefer the texture of refrigerated chocolate. It's a personal choice. I keep feeling like I'm going to cough. Damn it. So that was the walk. It was a big success. Today, there was a fairground near our house. So we went out briefly to the fairground, and I just wanted to show you these things. These are the prizes that were on offer. It's the Peace Truck. The Peace Truck? I've never heard of that. Well, that's because it's completely new to come into the market, to rank first among similar products. Any Peace Max trucks? Not that I could spot. So what should we put down here? Just call it truck. Okay, but what about on the either side? Should we have some pictures of the truck? No, just do some text. Just talk about the product. Completely new to come into the market. Fine. To rank first among similar products. Okay, we've ripped off Pepsi. What else? A Skidoo. Someone on a Skidoo? It is the #1 ranked peace truck in the market. A-okay, indeed. Wave of Water. Because they're delivering peace. Century World Express. Anyway, Alex didn't choose this. This was, you know how you used to have the things where you'd hook a duck? This wasn't hook a duck. This was catch a ball in a cup. And the balls are all blowing up. And you catch it. It was 4 tokens, which was basically 4 quid. You catch a ball, and then you can have any toy. She didn't choose that. She actually chose a nice cuddly hedgehog. So it was like this, but it was a hedgehog. I wanted her to choose this. I was trying to tell her about the dangers of terrorism. She was in tears because I was telling her all about terrorism. She was like, I just want a hedgehog. She could have been part of the Squadra Anti-Terrore. She's over 3 years old, so she's ready for handcuffs. So yeah. You got your watch. You got your little... These are probably targets. You got your little sucker gun. You got your combat knife with sheath. And you got your handcuffs. Cuff the subject. Subject? Suspect. Shank 'em. Get one of those stuck to their forehead. Time how long it took you to do it. I know. She's very important, hey. Hey, look, you can see the game in action. So these balls were all rolling down, and then it was like there was a hoover blowing out, and they were blowing up into the air, and you just had to catch one in a cup on a stick. Anyway, she also didn't go for any of these. My Lovely Horse. They are beautiful. Obviously made during COVID. I saw all the pictures of your amazing finds and amazing, great, cool stuff that you saw at Comic-Con, Big Taff Man. Did you see anything like this? Look for these other My Lovely Horse. They do look distressed. They look sad. They look sad, but they are beautiful. Anyway, Alex chose a very nice cuddly hedgehog, which she's now probably in bed with. I know, but that is definitely a My Little Pony ripoff as well, isn't it? That's an actual My Little Pony character. Or at least that is definitely the art style. Anyway. It was a bit of a shitty fun fair. We wanted to take her to this really big one. She was supposed to be going up to the Midlands this weekend to a really big fun fair, and Hannah was going to take her up there. But then, because Alex was ill on Friday, because Hannah's been ill, they had to cancel that. So we found a local fun fair, and it was a local fun fair. So we got what we expected, but we got some funny photos out of it. Anyway, what's been going on with you? What's been going on with all of you? That's Princess Twilight Sparkle, is it? Come on, everyone. Princess Twilight Sparkle. It only fucking is. Ice crime. You're having ice crime for dinner. Sorry, ice cream for dinner. Good work. Anyway, before we talk about The Great Escape, because I'm in danger of just telling you stuff constantly, should we do a... It's the Monday crossword shit, isn't it? It's really hard. Should we do... Is the Monday crossword usually bigger? I had a shave today, if that helps. It does help, actually, David. Although, I don't know.
Oh my
Full.
goodness.
Proper shave. Hello, Super D. Are you like... Was it like a wet shave? Wellsy. When I was out and about today, I clicked into Sparkle's stream for a bit, and I saw that Sparkles was talking about your Radio 1 big weekend. I hope you had a good time. Never a wet shave. I haven't had a wet shave since... I think the only time I ever wet shaved was when I didn't need to shave. When I was like 15 and I was desperate for hair to grow on my face. And I had lots of bum fluff, what we used to call bum fluff, lots of the little white hairs. And I remember borrowing my dad's razor and shaving foam when he was out and having a proper shave, even though I didn't need to. But yeah, pretty old school people who do that every day. used to be if you had a bit of stubble, then people would be like, oh dear, I'm very unkempt. But nobody gives a fuck anymore, and rightly so. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Oh no, oh no. Once a week, sheep boy. Bids are an industry, that's true. You have an utter middle school horror story about the first time you tried to shave your legs. Oh, Heather, was there blood everywhere? Let's do the Monday crossword, but let's do 4 minutes, okay? So bear this in mind. It's going to be a 4-minute gamble.
And we play, and we play, and we play, and we play, and we play. Every day, every day, every day, every day. We're gonna do the crossword, crossword. We're gonna do the crossword, crossword. We're gonna do the crossword, crossword. We're gonna do the crossword, crossword.
Llama, that is so true. I've done the gamble now. Oh, should we just stay on a black screen? Actually hear the end of the music for once. Oh, great. It just cuts off anyway. Let's do it. Let's do 4 minutes. Thank you, though. That's thoughtful of you, because that might be a better idea for the first one back. But we'll do it. We'll do it. Can we watch the crossword song? It's really long, Fluffy. It's really long. Shall I put this on? Oh, this is definitely going to fuck up when I have to take my headphones off. Do you know what else happened, though? When we got to the finish line, we finished, and we got our burgers, we went to sit down. I saw the wife of my old boss when I worked in recruitment years ago. And I was like, oh my God, because I know that he has got heavily into running, and he has run a 5K every day for over a year. He's got an Instagram page. He's got loads of followers. He's like a running, influencer or something. He did the 100K run, which is 2.5 marathons running from London all the way to Brighton. But I didn't go and say hello because I haven't seen him for years, and I didn't want to. And I didn't want it to be like, so what have you been up to? And I was like, oh, I just walked half of what you just ran, which I know doesn't matter, but it's a whole like weird thing with an old boss. So I didn't say hello to him. Anyway. Crossword. 8 of you think I won't do it. 9 of you think I will do it. 8 of you have backed your prediction with a lot more points than the yes. Hello, 47. Right, crossword. Freeze the chat. Always believe Willow. Yes. Who did you believe? Oh, did you back Pip the other day to get into the final? And he did it. There were loads of new games in Fall Guys on Friday, weren't there? Right, so we're going to do the crossword, and then we're going to chat about the Great Escape Festival, which was another really fun time we've had since I've been off. Stick around for that, because I reckon there might be some bands that people might fancy checking out. We had a really good time. I need to... Yeah, anyway. Right, crossword. Freeze it. Freeze the chat. Here we go. 4 minutes. Fuck it. Go, 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 go. Put an X in. Put an X in. Go. Dickens character. Well, there's loads. 3 letters, don't know. Went out with. Dated. Marching together. Don't know. James Bond actor Pierce Brosnan. Maybe we shouldn't be living it. Wrong film. No clouds. Pesky insect. Don't know yet. Lose control. Don't know. The only thing we have to fear is fear itself. So dated is right, guys. Oh, well, this is good for me. Seabird. Seagull. Don't know any others. Party bowlful. 4 down. Dip. Chips and dip. Decompose. Fuck. Don't worry. A piece. 10 apiece? Let's go back to this. 6 across. Marching together. Marching together. Oh, don't know. 9 across. No clouds. Clear. 7 down. A piece. Per? Each. So per person. 6 across. Marching together. I would have said in sync here. Could that be a piece? CER? I don't know. What's this? 1 down. Lose control. Panic. So that isn't. I reckon this is in sync. Let's get rid of that. Dickens character. I don't know. Pip? 3 down. Seabird. 10 across. Pesky insect. What's pesky? Beginning with an F. Flea? Flea is too many letters. Insect. Fly. Decay. Decay for decompose. So it's not in sync. In sync. In sync. 6 across. Marching together. What's this? 3 down. Seabird. Oh, I don't know what that is. A piece. Well, we thought P, didn't we? Per. Instep. What? Kettrel? Shall I just put in loads of letters here? I just put the P, because why the fuck not? What button do I press if I've done the crossword? Ugh. This makes me look like I'm dead. I haven't been very well, everybody. I did it! I did it! I need to change that. I really do need to change that.
Oh my gilly goodness.
Thank you so much, Blake Town. Did I do it in 3 minutes? Oh, what time did it say then? I missed it. What time did I do it in? Let me scroll to the bottom of this chat. 2:32. Yay. That's our dad who passed away today. That's a horrible victory screen. I don't remember me looking that gross before. I don't have this many freckles. I don't want to open my mouth. I'm going to have a good old look at that later when I end the stream. Proper zoom in. That shows the skin damage. Hey, have you noticed no sunburn at all? We were on the factor 50 for the whole walk. We were slapping it on whenever we could. I was conscious of wearing sunglasses all day and wearing like factor 30 and then getting like massive sunglasses tan lines. So I was like, no, I just want nothing. It's a shame that it's taken until my late 30s and early 40s to realise that there is no good about sunning yourself for a long, long time. It is simply just bad. You must protect your skin. But we got there in the end. If I'd done that walk 15 years ago, I would have had horrendous sunburn. And then we would have joked about it. And if Funkle had gone, oh, look at my sunburn, I would have slapped him on it. We're not like that anymore. Now, I'd rub after sun into it. and then maybe flick him once or twice. Anyway, let me catch up with the chat. Yeah, I did it. I did it. I haven't paid out. Choose outcome. Will I complete the crossword in 4 minutes? Yeah, I did it in 3. I'm happy about that. Maybe I'll keep that windscreen. That's a big boost. I think that has changed the course of my streaming career. If I hadn't done that crossword then, who knows? But the fact that I've done that has really brought me back up again. It's another great reminder of why I like streaming. A huge reminder for me of why I like streaming, because I've had some, like, it's not quite an existential crisis, but during the 2 weeks I was off, I've been really up and down about Twitch. I think everybody gets like this occasionally, but watching my chat back with Cherry, shout out Cherry Burns, which I'll do a nice proper one now. I'm on it. Cherry Burns has been doing Stream Come True streams, which are like interviews, like podcasts with streamers. There's been one with Scroobius Pip, there's been one with Picklebee, there's been one with me, and there's going to be one with Midnight Muse, and there's going to be others. I recorded that like 3 weeks ago, and it was a total reminder of how much I love streaming and how good Twitch is. And that's how I feel like 90%, 95% of the time. Just every so often I have a little wobble, and I think most streamers have that. But this is my worst wobble so far in 2 years of streaming. But yeah, watching that back, I was like, shit, there's so much to love about Twitch. Anyway, scroll down. Look at petrels. Is that the bird? Is this a seabird? Petrel? Petrel? Tube-nosed seabirds in the bird order Procellariformes. Thank you, Blake Town, again for the sub, by the way. What the fuck? What the fuck? Look at this. This one's just gone into beast mode. That can't be... Is this what it always looks like? I mean, this one's incredible. They all look like different birds. Is this a baby? That is not the same as that. Oh, that's a giant one. I was going to say I've learned so much about birds since streaming, but I haven't actually, because I haven't actually taken any of that on board and retained the info. But I've looked at so much info on birds, and I've looked at loads of pictures. Look at this. What's happening here? Is it vomiting up blood? Oh, it's eating a dead animal. Is this allowed? I've definitely learned a couple of things. Sorry, I'm catching up on the chat now. It was a lovely chat, Cherry. I really fucking enjoyed it. Did you mention me on Cherry Stream? Did I mention Taff? I think so. I can't remember. I did mention Hereford. And I mentioned Mac. I spoke about Hereford. I spoke about Mac. I spoke about Llama. Can we see a nicer petrol? Yeah, okay. This one? What's it eating here? That looks like a nice one. Look at this one. Oh my God. So many different textures. What's this double nose? Oh, that's not a nose, it's a beak. What's this? Is that a nose? Do birds have noses? Can birds smell? These are all important questions I know the answer to, but it's just to get you thinking, like a school teacher. What's going on with this one's nose? / beak. What's going on with this one's? Is this a new nose? Ah! Protrude! Protrude! The new nose must protrude! What a selection of noses. What a selection of noses. That's what I've learnt. This one would be great to wash up with. With consent. With consent. I would love to wash up with this one. Stupid little zoom. Little tease with the magnifying glass, making me think I could zoom right in, and this is all we get. Too observant. No, absorbent. Observant would be perfect for the washing up. Learning a lot about these guys. Protect the egg. Protect the egg at all costs. Oh shit, what have I clicked on? This small seabird spends almost all of its life out at sea, only returning to shore to breed.
Goodness.
Matt, thank you very much for the resub. How you doing? 10 months, Matt. Thank you very, very much. If you've just arrived, I have just on the crossword, and we've had a big old chat about the marathon walk that I did on Saturday. But we're still going to talk a bit about the Great Escape Festival. Maybe a little bit about the podcast show that I went to this week. I won the crossword, believe it or not. Oh my God, I love Google. Collectively, the petrels are known as the tube noses, distinguished from all other birds by the tubular nostrils on the top sides of their bill. The nostrils drain excess salt, which has been removed from the bloodstream by glands above the eyes. So they've got fucking loads of salt because they're always hanging out by the sea. Is that from flying near the sea? Or is that from the seawater itself? Or a bit of both? Who's this? Why's he got an R on his front if he's called Petrel? Petrel. Look at this. Look at these noses. We're going to move on in a minute. This looks like an old-fashioned photo as well. I wonder how old these ones are now. Fully grown up, this bird now. This one might not be with us, but let's not focus on that. Wrap a leg around. Get cozy. Wow, such an amazing beak. / nose. Problem is, if you drew one of those in art class, your art teacher would make you start again and say you fucked up the beak. And then you'd say, I've actually drawn a petrel. Petrel. Pronunciation. God, hurry up.
Petrol. Petrol.
Petrol.
Petrol.
Stretch. Stretch.
Why are they recommending more? Oh, spoilers for AEW. Come on. Fuck it. Don't get distracted.
Petrol.
Shut up, Emma. Gas. Oh. I actually didn't get it immediately. I don't know what the laugh was, but it was a genuine enjoyment of the joke. So that was good. Wow. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about Great Escape Festival, please, because I'm probably not going to stream for ages tonight because, as you have guessed by the amount of times I'm muted to cough, I'm not feeling 100%. Whenever I last felt great. I'll be back streaming tomorrow. I'm going to start playing... what am I going to play tomorrow? 2 Point Campus. 2 Point Campus. Thank you, Lama. I've missed doing this. Mostly. I think I just had the right amount of time off, and now it's perfect. So, the Great Escape Festival, a couple of weeks ago, me and Funkle Albert went to this with another friend called Tom, surprisingly. That's just what all my mates are called. Funkle Albert's not called Tom, though. The Great Escape. If I had to explain The Great Escape just off the top of my head, it's a festival for new music, showcasing 450 emerging artists from all over the world and 30 plus walkable venues across the city and a pop-up festival site on Brighton Beach. First place to discover your new favourite artist and see them in an intimate setting before they go on to headline major festival stages. I wonder how true that is. I'd love to know who's like headlined Great Escape in previous years and have gone on to be actual massive acts. There should be some facts on that, but in fact, the Great Escape Festival. Is there a Wikipedia for it that gives me those facts? Also, you get loads of people in lanyards who are the music agents who come and like people who don't look like they're there, who are wearing more expensive clothes and they have lanyards and they're basically from the music industry people. No, absolutely no info here. Great. Yeah, it seems like there's quite Adele in 2007. Jesus. There's a lot of people who I'm now following on Instagram who I saw at the Great Escape who are now touring around Europe, which is really cool. Quite a few Australian bands, especially. Anyway, Great Escape, the first thing that we saw on day one. So basically, me and Funkle went to stay in Brighton for a couple of nights. It was a bit of a shit lead up to it because Hannah had been ill, I'd been ill. But my mum and dad came down to look after Alex for the weekend, and we went. Hannah went with her friend Becky, and they stayed in a separate Airbnb and did their own thing for the weekend, even though we did meet up for them for a few times. And me and Funkle and our friend Tom, and then the next day our friend Chris stayed somewhere else. I thought we'd start with this because in the days leading up to the event, over 100 acts pulled out in solidarity with Palestine because Barclays was the major sponsor of the festival. Initially, I was like, really? I didn't even see any Barclays stuff. I had no idea they were the sponsor. But then when you went to every bar, if you had a Barclay card, you got 10% off drinks. I didn't have a Barclay card, so I couldn't even get that. But this is the big old Barclays, the main bank on one of the main high streets in Brighton. And thought this was pretty good symbolism for the whole weekend. Loads of festival goers will have seen this. And it stayed up there. They didn't try and get rid of it. You would have thought they would have tried to. I mean, how do you get rid of that? That's tough, right? But there you go. We decided to still enjoy the festival because it's a really fucking great time. There were a lot of bands and acts that were obviously really conflicted. There are a lot of people who were like, yeah, understand bigger bands pulling out or people who make a lot of money from music being able to pull out. But for a lot of people, for a lot of the musicians, this paycheck they're getting for this festival is going to pay for them to then be able to go and do the tour that they're doing or whatever it may be. So people had some difficult decisions to make. I had no problem with anybody pulling out. I had no problem with anybody still performing. Loads of the acts still like spoke up about it, had Free Palestine stickers on their guitars, or, you know, mentioned it at some point. First thing that we got when we got there was a free liquid death. But this is literally just water. I didn't know this. Do liquid death also do energy drinks? It's quite weird drinking water from a can. I know that we shouldn't be drinking bottled water, but I always find it really quite weird drinking water from a can. Anyway, here's Fun Call at the end of the pier, putting on some sun cream. I just thought this was nice because it was really sunny and he looked really happy, and it was just our first drink of the weekend. Good technique. Good emote. First band we saw was at the end of the pier, and the band at the end of the pier. This band were called Mujeres, which I think is Spanish for women. The person who introduced them were like, it's Spanish for women, and they're all guys. And they came on stage and were like, fucking hell, we hear that all the time. They were really good. It wasn't that busy at all. And they were really tight. And I was like, fucking hell, we have kicked this festival off amazingly. I don't know if it's going to get any better than this. I was really happy. I was buzzing. I'd had 1 pint of Guinness, and I had that little 1 pint afternoon buzz. And I was just delighted to be there. And they were fantastic. Unfortunately, when I listened to them on Spotify, they didn't sound... It sounded like overproduced, or their vocals didn't sound quite right. I've done a bit of research since, and actually there is some good stuff that they've recorded as well. But I think they're really big in Spain. They're really good. Next band we saw were Sarah Julia. This was like pop folk music. I think she had a Palestine flag sticker. Anyway, they definitely, Funkel will agree, they definitely made the most awkward speech about Palestine. But they tried, and that's the main thing. But it was kind of like, we do kind of feel a bit like it's really... Anyway, they hadn't prepared anything, you can tell. Amazing vocal harmonies. Not the kind of thing I'd necessarily go and see again. Also, it was lovely weather, and we were in this this club venue. But that's definitely one of the best things about the festival is people play a half-hour set. You go in, you get a drink, you watch a half-hour set, and then you go somewhere else. So we're at the end of the pier, in the pub at the end of the pier. Then we went to the basement venue at one of the clubs near the pier. Then this happened. I went to the toilet and this happened. Fenton. I mean, you have to know that video. I thought I shouted it louder than that. Then we went to... Can't remember what venue this was. This wouldn't necessarily have been my choice, but I'm quite pleased we went to this because it was a bit different. It's not a church, or I think it obviously used to be, but it's just a venue now. These people were called Tabasco, but spelt with a K. Tabasco with an I and a K. So not T-A-B, it was T-I-B-A-S-K-O. And they did melodic trance house, but it was their first ever live show. I don't know what was happening. It did sound really fucking good, and it definitely got me dancing, but it was quite weird doing it in the middle of the afternoon. Fabrica is the venue, yeah. And this was their first ever live show. They've DJ'd at Glastonbury and they've DJ'd at Reading and Leeds and loads of other places. But this was the first time they actually produced their music from scratch. I don't know what they're doing. I do find it quite funny, though, watching people just turn knobs. When I'm watching this, I can be like, oh yeah, strumming. Oh yeah, hitting the drum. Oh yeah, pressing the keys. Especially with these guys with their guitars, fucking amazing. And the drummer was really great and they sounded amazing together. These guys were just leaning over each other, twisting knobs and bouncing up and down. And I just found that quite funny. But I mean, I think they're really good at what they do. They were very happy and excited. The best thing about these guys, they were so excited about it being their first live show. At one point, this guy on the right grabbed the mic and was like, "This is our first ever live show performing this. Thank you so much, Great Escape Festival." And everyone's like, "Yeah." And then they didn't say anything for the whole set. And then right near the end, this guy grabbed the mic and went, "Thank you so much. This is it's so amazing you being here for our first ever live show. My name's Andy." No, he's Andy. And he got his name wrong. And then his mate and him and their tour manager guy were just cracking up for ages because he said that he was Andy and he wasn't Andy. Anyway, you can see the you've got the proper ravers, the proper sort of cyberdog ravers were coming down to this. They were cool. I've listened to a bit of their music since, and if you're into, what was it? Funkel? Melodic Trance House? I think those 3 words were involved. Then Tabasco are worth checking out. When I get some of the others, we'll actually have a little look at some of their music or some of their videos and stuff. But none of these I'd love to see these guys live again. Obviously, everything was in Spanish. But yeah, I wouldn't see many of the others. This was Erotic Secrets of Pompeii. And I took this after he'd taken his jacket off and his, I don't know, what was that amazing necklace that he had on? This was one of the ones I was most excited about seeing, but the sound wasn't amazing. All sorts of tats. Let's go back to here. Actually, let's do... What if I do... Oh, new tab. Oh, I don't want the new tab here. I don't know where I was now. Here? Sorry. No. Here? Here. Should I just Google erotic secrets? I've been listening to this album in preparation for this. I'm quite into it. The singer's voice is quite limited. I haven't watched this video before. I was waiting for the chorus. The chorus didn't come. Oops. Anyway, yeah, I was really excited about seeing them, and they're all right. I think they're all right. 7 out of 10. I actually made notes of everyone that we saw so I could remember who we were into. It was really loud. I think that they call themselves they class their music as apocalyptic lounge music. So anyway, fun to see live. This was an Australian band called The Boys, Bouys, or however you spell boys like that. This is in Dust in Brighton. Obviously it's in Brighton, they're all in Brighton, but this is a little venue called Dust. It was pretty fucking packed in here. It was quite small, and it was really packed, and it was really difficult to see. And we left halfway through. This was the first one where we left because it was really packed, and a lot of these venues, the band are kind of like on a very small stage. It was really hot in there. Hot as in hot, or hot as in were the band hot? Probably hot as in hot. That's probably what you're talking about there, Llama. They were really into it. Was this their bass player? I think that's their bass player. Or does it look like that's their bass player? Anyway, this guitarist did a lot of eyes closed singing, which I appreciated. But yeah, I'm 6'2" and I couldn't see. So yeah, not much to report on them because we left halfway through. This was a Nola. I really enjoyed a Nola, but let's skip. This was fucking wild. Mac and Taff and any other indie wrestling fans, this is the Brighthelm Centre where Riptide Wrestling used to have all of their shows. So I've been here loads. And this is a band called Agrasapar from the Faroe Islands. I think that's how you spell it. It isn't. Agra. Flower Punk, Axe Killer Pop. What were the band before with all the glasses? Erotic Secrets of Pompeii. Yes, Rhinoceros, that is a good point. An Aussie girl band called Boys and a Spanish boy band called Girls, pretty much. They are infamous for their chaotic live performances. So I was like, yeah, I think we have to go and see this. Let me find the one song that I heard. Hold on, let me just open up. They've only got 14 subscribers. This is... It's wild to me how small some of these bands are, but how fucking great they are live. I'm just opening up Spotify so I can find out which one was the song that I liked. Or the one that I... was it this one? Or was it this one? I think it was that. Buff. A-G-G-R-A. Agra. C-S-O-P-P-A-R. And then the song was... Buff. It's Buff again. Buff. Oh, for fuck's sake. Doesn't matter. Let's just have a look at one of these. What does this even mean? I think that's just their topic. Oh, put a hashtag in there, why don't you? Here we go. They've only got 28 subscribers. Great Escape Brighton. Oh, that was last year. I didn't know they did last year. I didn't think you were supposed to come back. I remember liking this one. I haven't watched this video. Big Taff Man, you're infamous for your chaotic live performances. You really are, Taff. I kind of want to have this video open and the photos. Anyway. It's a vibe. From the Faroe Islands. Anyway, there's their top 2 songs on their Facebook on their Spotify popular are both bangers. They're the ones that I listened to when I was trying to decide if I was going to go and watch them. I think they've got an album out. Oh, they've got a new EP out. Anyway, there's their Spotify link if you wanted to look at that. But here they are. This guy was doing a lot of this and doing a lot of walking into the crowd and doing a lot of just sitting on the floor. Kind of aggressively coming up to people. Not aggressively, but like getting right in people's faces. But you could tell it was friendly. Was it this one in the dungarees who came and booped you on the snoot, Funkle? Yeah, it was chaotic. They also did a set in one of the smaller underground venues, which I saw some video of that, and that looked really cool. But this was a great example of the kind of thing that I was hoping to see. Like this would never have been recommended to me on Spotify or anywhere else. I probably would never have discovered these people. They've got 1,842 monthly listeners on Spotify. So, but yeah, if they do another tour over here, I would be up for it. By this point, we'd met up with Hannah and her friend Becky, and we were quite, I'd say I was quite drunk. And I don't get drunk much anymore. I really don't. But when I do, I kind of want to make it count. Like, I don't just like drinking regularly. I like to drink when it means something. And I fucking loved it on this weekend. It was so fucking good. I had a great time. This was in the Old Ship Hotel, really old-fashioned hotel in Brighton. This was somebody who we just saw was on. Soraya Sen, drum and bass. I'm a committed binge drinker. What was this, Funkle? You thought it was shit, didn't you? I didn't think much of it. I put this picture on Instagram and Soraya messaged me, was like, yo, that is such a sick shot. Can you send it to me? But it was a cool venue. Really old-fashioned hotel. And they had the BBC Asian Network doing some stuff here. We didn't stay for long. I actually had a glass of water in this venue, and me and Tom agreed that it was one of the best glasses of water we'd ever had, probably because we were quite drunk, and it just tasted so good. Was it then that we made the decision to go back to the pier? So this was a photo from the pier of Brighton. And this is where we saw Anthony Sismarek, who Funkle tells me he's been played quite a lot on Six Music. The beats were all over the place and he just seemed to be asking us to make noise instead of doing the rapping. Yeah, and he was like taking selfies with the crowd. This is Anthony Sismarek. There you go, guys. How out of touch am I? I haven't listened to radio. I used to listen to Six Music quite a lot, but I haven't listened. So I didn't really know if any of these were actually popular or like worth looking out for. But this was popular. I didn't mind it. I thought it was pretty decent. Really? I've heard, or Funkle, did you say this, or was this written in a review that he's like, it's like the streets. It's a bit like the streets. I've listened to some of his music since, and I have enjoyed it. Anthony, in fact, let's just go back here and write Anthony S. said. He's a musical artist. Would you describe it as tender?
Yeah. You're probably wondering how I got here, aren't you?
Oh, I hadn't seen the video.
Same way you did. Come to work, then I do something stupid. On the up, then I'm down, then I'm losing. On the up, then I'm down, then I'm losing. Yeah. Same way you did. Come to work, then I do something stupid. On the up, then I'm down, then I'm losing. On the up, then I'm down, then yeah, that's me. I'm nostalgia porn. I'm the names of things you remember reeled off and ranked to make you smile. I'm looking backwards through glasses tinted with rose, like the flowers I got you after I made you cry. I really am still quite sorry about that.
But you can totally see why the comparisons with Mike Skinner are there. I didn't mind it. It was pretty cool. I think he seemed to be really doing a good job working the crowd, and everybody was really into it. By this point, the others were just sat outside and weren't really watching, but I kind of wanted to make sure I got in there a little bit and got a picture of I wanted to get a picture of everyone we saw. He reminds me of a young Funkle Albert.
I'm the same 3 bands everyone in your city likes. I'm proper music. I'm not ignorant, I'm informed. I'm the same as you. I just came here to party. Scream if you want to slow the fuck down. I'm the frowny turned upside down, and that truly is the strangest thing. Same way you did. Go to work, then I do something stupid. I'm on the up, then I'm down, then I'm losing. On the up, then I'm down, then I'm losing. Yeah.
This will get muted, won't it?
You did. Go to work, then I do something stupid. I'm on the up, then I'm down, then I'm losing. On the up, then I'm down, then I'm losing.
Anyway, it was pretty good. I enjoyed it, and that was the end of this Friday. Saturday, we got up. We went for breakfast, and we walked past the Bird and Blend shop. I put this in Taff's Discord. We represented outside Bird and Blend. Sorry to burp when I'm talking about Bird and Blend. So sorry, the disrespect, Taff. You didn't deserve that. I just burped again. Get all your tea from Bird and Blend. Use code BTF. BTF? What the fuck would that mean? Big Taff fan? Can you stop burping, please? What do you do if you want to use your affiliate link, Taff? Do you have to click on a link, or can you just go there and put in a code? I don't. I genuinely don't know. Sorry. Use a link. Great tea shop. Great road. One of the great roads in Brighton, this. She loves Bird and Blend. She's thinking, can you stop talking about Bird and Blend? These guys all buying Bird and Blend. Look how much. Look how. You can tell this face is smiling. Burp and Blend. If we like the Mitchell brothers. Anyway, this was the first band we saw on Saturday, and what a fucking start. This was Darts. And as the bassist kept saying, we're the band Darts from Wellington, New Zealand. I don't know if anyone's aware of these people, but this is precisely the kind of band that I would have massively been into in my 20s and my 30s, and I'm well up for being into them in my 40s. I don't know if they want me to be. They were really great. Really funny. Lots of songs about smoking weed and chucking their landlord down the stairs, drinking beers, stuff like that. In fact, Paradise is probably their best song. this is a song about rich people going to the beach and ruining it. I'm going to do some coughing. Listen to that. Hello, Domella. Thank you very much. This is sat on my street. It's unreal.
The smell of fennel bombs means the summer is just beginning. You and your friends look like a cult cause you're out here dressed in linen. There's a big asshole in the sky, so I got the SPF 50.
Yes, Blake Town.
Slip, slop, slapping my way out to the Bay of Plenty. I'm a piece of shit in paradise. God, it feels nice. I'm a piece of shit in paradise.
I'm a piece of shit in paradise. Hello, Sparkles. A giant nap. It's 9 o'clock. How's that going to affect you? It really worries me. I know everybody, I have to remind myself, everybody has different sleep cycles. Some people can nap till 9 o'clock in the evening. I'm worried. I'm worried though, Sparkles. Funkle said they had, what time did you nap yesterday, Funkle? Was it like after 3 o'clock? Oh, I was worried. Anyway, darts are really cool. Really funny. And as I said, yeah, exactly the kind of band I would have been into in my 20s. 50-50 chance of being up all night, yeah. Loads of energy. The problem was they were the first band of the day, so it was 12:15. So a lot of people weren't drinking. You literally just got there. And they were trying to get everybody riled up. This was in one of the little venues as part of the Comedia, which is the comedy club in Brighton. Where I saw Pip and Holly McNish do spoken word in the past. Not in this room, but the same building. They're really cool. Drummer, bassist, guitarist, and a singer, just a singer. Didn't play any instruments, but had a lot of charisma. It was really funny. They were great. And then we moved on to one of the best musical experiences of my life, and I don't think... Am I just making that up? Is it hyperbole? Is it recency bias? I don't know. Again, I'd probably had like 2 pints now. 3 pints. And I fucking love that feeling of being tipsy. Of just the best period of when you drink alcohol. And it hit me right here during the Southern River Band. And this was down at the beach. They had a big setup down at the beach where it was mostly Australian bands. They were phenomenal. I think I've got a little video. The iPhones do a lot better these days than they used to for sound, because this was so fucking loud. Now, that gives you exactly the kind of idea of what kind of music was. So you might be like, oh, why did he enjoy it so much? Because they were absolutely amazing on guitar. Funkle, you can probably say with your superior actual knowledge of music and playing instruments why they were so good. Funkle, don't say they were shit now, please. But they just continued to shred. That's all they did. Very close to the front, because we were there and there was hardly anybody there, and it was a massive venue and they were on a stage. So I don't feel bad being close to the front when the band are on a stage. I've had no interest in hair metal ever. And maybe that's like, they might not actually be that good. I've just never been to see any of like these kind of bands before. I think they're the only kind of bands I ever need to see again. Plus, they were so Australian. Look how Australian they are. Look how Australian that house is. Look how Australian that car is. Anyway, standing right in the middle, buzz from the beers, being able to see them play their guitars. It was so good. It's 2024 Australian 1985 or higher. Anyway, the key thing is, I mean, a lot of their songs did have lyrics, but the lyrics would usually be about 20% of the song, and then the song would be 8 minutes long, and it would all be just shredding. Have a little drink. Where's the rest of the shredding? That seems to be an actual single that actually has more of a traditional song structure. Anyway, that was the summary of the band. Fucking loved it. Then we saw Rum Jungle, which we kept on referring to as a name that I probably shouldn't say. Apparently they're quite a big band in Australia, or at least that's what we were told. They were doing their sound check and they kept on saying, "What's up with all the pebbles? Why are there pebbles? Where's the sound?" And then the drummer said, "Oh, mate, I like this stage. It reminds me of a tinny." So I enjoyed that. They were good, but we stopped watching them halfway so we could go and watch Battlesnake. Battlesnake. Satanic rock. Another 10 out of 10 act. The guy crowd surfed. This guy went around on somebody's shoulders doing guitar solos. Oh, that's somebody else. The guy with the keytar just sent his keytar into the crowd and went, "Just send it," and everybody just passed the keytar to the back. I got a feeling might not be able to show the Battlesnake videos. The I Am the Vomit video has a lot of them pretending to vomit, so I'm not going to show you that.
Oh my gilly goodness.
Hello, Control Alt Delete. Wow, why have I called you that? And also, that's not your name. Why didn't I just call you Del? And I said delete. I'm so sorry, Del. Thank you very much. Thank you for lurking. Thanks for the resub. Oh shit, did you just see vomiting? This is their newest video. Oh no, this is their newest video. I've seen some behind the scenes of how they made this. But this, it was just so good live. Like, I'm not gonna be listening to this music regularly on Spotify, but I definitely want to go and see them live again. I think they're doing another show in London in a couple of weeks. You get the idea. Look at this video. Look at the production quality. Skip through it. Oh. just so fucking good live. And I get this with some bands. I'm like, I don't get how they can do this. Like, this feels like the best performance they've ever put on. This feels like one of the most amazing things I've ever witnessed. And then they go and do it tomorrow night as well in Plymouth. South by Southwest Sydney. Just getting a little idea of their live show. And you can tell we're like in our early 40s now, because I was having a serious conversation with what a nightmare these must be to clean. Because if you're getting sweat marks on a white sheet, you're going to get some yellowish residue after a while.
I am the vomit. I rid the earth of sin. I am the maggot feeding on your skin. I am the venom trapped inside your brain. I am the poison running deep inside your veins. I am the earth.
Interesting beat. That's great. Constantly throwing up the horns. The lead singer constantly throwing up the horns and sticking the tongue out. And then obviously just doing a load of crowd surfing. A lot of guitar solos, but with like all of their guitarists next to each other doing like the same movements. So not guitar solo, unified guitar playing. Whatever. Oh, I burped again. Anyway, really fucking good. Great time. That was about Snake. We're nearly done, everybody. Thank you for... I mean, this is quite self-indulgent going through all this, but last year I did a really quick roundup and then sort of was like, nobody cares about this. And then a couple of people after were like, oh, that was really cool. I'd like to have heard a bit more about that. Here we are. This was a band called Kawa from China who did... It was kind of reggae music, wasn't it? Fun, cool. Again, hold on. Great. Their write-up and their photo is very cool. Look at that photo. What a promo photo. Most determined practitioner and pathfinder of the development of contemporary Chinese roots music. All the members of the band are from the Yunnan province and the rich music culture of the Wa, Hui, Hanai and other ethnic minorities. Apologies if I butchered that. Has become the innate soil for nourishing the positioning and growth of the band. Collision between Chinese minority music and modern music concepts and technologies has made a bold and avant-garde attempt for the plurality, epochal circulating and innovation of Chinese local music. Good description. Good description. They were fucking great. Again, the shit thing about this was these two old guys, we were standing quite near the front, but to the side, and I am very conscious of making sure people could see around me. And then these two old guys came and stood in front of us, and then fucking looked miserable as fuck for the whole thing. This one danced a bit. He didn't. Just was looking at them he looked like a head teacher. Anyway, everyone else was vibing. Let me play a little bit of Kawa. I mean, I don't know if I just type Kawa music YouTube, just to give you an idea. 50,000 followers. No, this is not it. I'm going to write China. In fact, I think I found some of the Chinese acts were obviously quite hard. Some of them didn't have profiles. Chinese Yunnan reggae. Oh, look at this. I think, obviously, the adoration of their fans back home and then playing in this little bar in Brighton to me and some other old white guys. This is the one where I most wished I was high.
我们云南雷鬼和国外的雷鬼的区别，其实就是我们融入了很多少数民族的东西，最传统、最古老的乐器能融入到我们的音乐。
I need to watch this. It's like a little 4-minute documentary about them. I want to see if it's got any of their actual live performance.
是佤族的，
我说的是佤族啊，他们要传达是靠歌曲，那个里面的歌词，尤其就是号子，就是，哎哈。
Yes, I know.
哎哈，我华语说。
There's a lot of you that would really enjoy this. Yes. That's what I thought as well. Last year, definitely saw some good stuff, but didn't see as many acts as we did this year, and probably didn't see as wide a variation. Yeah, most of these photos I'm showing you are of guys with guitars, but we also saw some really cool, interesting, different stuff as well. So, Kawa, probably a highlight in that sense. And cool as fuck. Look at this outfit. On the Liquid Death and the Red Stripe. They had me at Chinese minority language reggae. Does sound like your kind of thing, I know. Just don't react to it like this guy. And then after that, another Chinese act who... I'm gutted. I thought they were called Electric Cherry, but I think it turns out that there was an issue with the program, and it wasn't actually them. I don't actually know who this is. They were kind of okay. It was just the fact that he wasn't actually really doing much on the keys, and most of the music had just been produced beforehand, and he was pressing play. She was cool. She did some very cool dancing, but it was not as good. Have you done a highlight of the IG stories you did? No, I should do. Yeah, and then you can see all the different acts. Good idea. This is an act that we didn't go to see. We were going to, but we missed the times. And they're called Streamer. And everybody, let me know if you think this sounds good. Streamer is a 3-piece band merging guitars, drums, and electronica in a genre we call indie trance. Think Underworld, Faithless, and Chemical Brothers meets Coldplay and Pink Floyd. Indie trance. I think they have fucked it with Coldplay. There was something about Chemical Brothers or, yeah, Underworld meeting Coldplay. Indie trance. Look at them. We found the flyer on the table, and then we were going to go and watch. What's with the photo? It's literally just 3 guys standing there. Should we check it out right now? Should we see if it's any good? Streamer, Indie Trance. We're discovering this together now. The official home of Indie Trance. Oh, it's a guy and his dad and his uncle, isn't it? Possessify. Right, let's have a listen. Possessify. Oh, if I play this, it'll get muted on the VOD. If you're watching the VOD, you're very lucky right now. Was that really loud? Also, that wasn't on Spotify, so that isn't getting... Sorry, everyone. Okay, let's go here. Let's go to videos. No. I think we probably heard enough. Streamer, enjoy the feeling. Indie trance.
She kisses him in ways that make you and I both want to say. She kisses him in ways that make you and I both want to say.
I'm sorry. Should we go back to this?
他们就是一起的。
Look at this. There we go. Let's all find out about Kawa instead. There's that YouTube video. Anyway, I think we're nearly done. Oh, and then the last thing we saw Saturday night. Ife Ogunjobi, I think his name was. Ife Ogunjobi. Jazz trumpet. Really fucking good. An amazing vibe. Again, quite drunk by now. Spent the whole time dancing. What was this drum? I've listened to this a bit since. It's good background music. There was no singing. I think it was Willow. I don't know, Lana. It was just this. Different backing band though. The band that he had on the night was very cool. They all had their moment to shine, do little solos. But it was a vibe. It was a vibe the whole time. And one thing that if I kept on doing was being like, hey, I hear Brighton's supposed to be great. I'm not sure if you're better than London though. Are you better than London? And all of the middle class, middle-aged white people went, yes. And I just laughed and thought, there's no fucking way this is better than London for you. You have definitely had a better time in London with a proper multicultural crowd that you simply do not get in Brighton. But we had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. You like to make Brighton fight Bristol. The Brit. I like Bristol. I like Bristolians. I've actually never been to Bristol. Anyway, that was the Great Escape Festival roundup. Yeah, I'll put well, yeah, I'd definitely go and check out. I think there's something for everyone there. But Battlesnake, Darts, Kawa, Southern River Band, and Majerez were my favourites of the whole weekend. We didn't get to see a couple of acts that we really wanted to see. Yeah. Thanks for listening. You can tell why all your applications to play got patched over the years. Oh, really? Yeah, I wonder what is the process with applying to play there? Because I think it is a pretty big deal for unsigned artists. I was going to talk a bit about the podcast show, but that's boring as fuck after that. but it was the podcast show, and I went and did some one-on-one workshops with some people. I was there as a podcast expert, believe it or not. So I'll just show you really quickly. I was in the creative village of the podcast show where I sat on these tables and gave people advice. And then I had a little walk around. And Rylan was talking about how to be in the spotlight, which apparently was... Is this a podcast? Is that a podcast? Must be. Rylan, how to be in the spotlight. Fucking podcast for absolutely everything. It's a podcast. After the success of How to Be a Man, I'm delighted to announce How to Be in the Spotlight. Ah, he was announcing it. Right. There was a bit of controversy at this because last year they got Jordan, aka Katie Price, to do a talk. And everyone was like, with respect, what the fuck does she know about podcasts? What insight could she give about podcasts and podcasting? Literally, she's turning up, somebody's interviewing her, she's chatting shit, then she leaves. She's not planning it, she's not editing it, she's not marketing it, she's not doing any social media stuff, she's not trying to monetize it, she's doing nothing. And then this year, the big guest was James Corden, who has a podcast now, which isn't even available in England or in the UK, is an American podcast, and once again, he's not going to know anything about podcasting. And they could have had me. But anyway, lots of people were there. I just took a photo and then left. And then I saw him come off stage later, and lots of people got selfies with him. He seems like a really nice man, actually, Rylan. I've got no beef with Rylan at all. But I think I get it. They have to get a few big names in to try and sell some more tickets. Look how easily I could have nabbed those headphones. Oh no. Clever. There we go. There we go, everybody. That has been basically a big old catch-up of what I've been up to in the last couple of weeks, minus all the details about all the illnesses that the three of us have had. Apart from that, just been working. I've had quite a lot of work on. But the crazy May of the trip to Ireland and the festival and the marathon walk is kind of, well, it's coming to an end. This Thursday, I've got my niece coming over from Australia again, which is cool. She's staying with us for like 5 days, and then my brother's coming over again, and then next month it's my parents' joint 80th birthday. They had me when they were 39, and they both turn 80 next year. Next month. So that's big. And also kind of wild, because that feels like that's proper old. So there's still a lot going on, but we're not away as much, so that's good. So we can get back to focusing on Twitch. You could have done with 3 to 4 hours of illness updates. Thank you. Wellesley, is it still worth going if you're interested in podcasts? It's worth going if you can get like a discounted ticket. I think if you have to pay full price, there was a lot more stuff at the podcast show this year for creators. Last year, it's a lot of industry stuff. A lot of people trying to sell you stuff. A lot of people who won't have any interest in you unless your podcast has X amount of listeners. This year, they had a lot more creator stuff. Why they got people like me in to help people, like to give advice. I was probably the least qualified person. But they had a lot more stuff aimed at creators. So I think, yeah, could be worth a look next year. Your podcast co-host, Rich Wilson, did a live podcast show with us, a live podcast with us. Was that last year? No, the first year we went, 2 years ago. which was cool. But yeah, thank you. That was like literally just me talking about what I've been up to. I won't make a habit of doing big lengthy streams about this kind of stuff, but I thought it was all worth catching up on. As I said, tomorrow I'll be back playing 2 Point Hospital, one in the afternoon. I'm going to go now, though. No, not 2 Point Hospital, 2 Point Campus. Which is like, excuse me, theme park, but for university. Llama's played it. Yeah, B, I'd say that's exactly what it is. Now, the other thing about that festival is that there's a lot of stuff that goes on late at night. Like, there's stuff going on from midday all the way through till like 4 in the morning. So there was a lot of acts that I was liking. And in fact, there were a few more like other rappers who I wanted to see. But it'd be like, oh, they're on at 2 a.m. or they're on at 1. And we were like, we're not going to do that, are we? If we were here for one night, maybe, but because we were there for 2 nights, we actually thought we'd get back a bit earlier both nights, and then we ended up staying out and getting carried away. It was really good fun. It was great to hang out with Funkel. At one point, I dropped my phone in Funkel's chips. I have got a video of that. I don't know if I want to show it. Maybe tomorrow we'll show that, because it is a drunken video. I was doing a video. I was sort of recreating, what happened with Cudder. Yeah, I was doing a bit of that. Should we finish on that? I might just have to show it on my phone. Where is it? No. Actually, yes. As a little reward for everybody who stuck around. Let me just send this to myself on Discord. Don't share in Pip's Discord. This is automatically telling me to put it on Pip's Discord. Okay, I'll put it into a little private Discord that I forgot I made ages ago, which I found a good way to share files. Bear with me one moment. I now need to fucking change this from a MOV file. It's going to be so worth it, everyone. I hope it is, actually. Funkle, are you okay with this? I did manage to throw a custard cream into a bin first time. I'll show that another time. I can't convert it. Join me for the conversion story. Journey. Maybe we don't show the thumbnail. I was going to say, what are you talking about, B? You can just message yourself, can you? You've got your little own secret Discord. Have you, David? What do you do in yours? Because I've got a Discord that I set up a while ago for my old work colleagues to keep in touch, and then I never actually shared it with them, and then we never do anything with it. Don't make me sign in. I've got to sign up for Adobe Express. I'm so sorry, everyone. You're like, I was ready to leave. You said you were leaving. I've made plans. I've seen who else is streaming, and I was going to go and watch them. There might be a quicker way to do this. Maybe there's a way of watching MOVs on PC that would have been quicker than doing this, but I know I can't drag the MOV into my browser. Let me just go here, and I need to get it ready.
Okay, and this is Funkalava eating chips. What do you think of the chips?
Sorry. I just didn't. Okay, here we go. we were quite drunk here. This was the end of the night, and we're going to end on this. I'm even going to ready the raid. I'll be back tomorrow at 1:15. Who am I going to raid? I'm going to raid that person. Jeb put a message in. I'm going to raid. Somebody's doing a charity stream. Charity stuff. No, stream stuff. Rich Owens. They're playing Football Manager, but they're doing a charity stream for a very close friend who's been diagnosed with horrible motor neurone disease, with the horrible motor neurone disease. He's doing a 12 or a 14-hour charity stream. And Jeb was just like, if you can't donate or whatever, I'd really appreciate any links or raids and stuff like that. So let's fucking go over there. Don't know why I swore, just to give it a bit more power. So let's get the raid ready. Search for Rich Owens. Let's all go and be supportive for a little bit. And then if you don't want to watch somebody playing Football Manager, I totally understand. I downloaded Football Manager again yesterday. Okay, that's nearly ready. Here is me and Funkle Albert. Can't really remember what happens. Yeah, yeah. Well, let's see. This is what happened.
Chips, mate? Are they great chips? Oh,
Yeah, really good. Mate.
Why are you shiny? Oh, it's this. I'm really sorry.
I thought he was holding it tighter.
Shit.
I thought he was holding it much tighter. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll see you all tomorrow at 1:15.